Welcome everyone to session 55 of New Horizons, and this time with a impromptu recap brought to you by me.
Woo! It worked.
Having been bribed, I will shamelessly reward the briber.
The bribee.
I am the bribee.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Sorry.
I will be reward the briber, and by extension, the rest of you with not making any of you do the recap. So yeah, last time you observed from the sky through the Hello Neighbor as um, as you waited to well, I guess you got a little lower, but you got a good angle on the inside of the house, long enough to see a familiar hooded figure closing blinds to obscure vision into the house, and using your fancy, I guess, wide spectrum imaging equipment on the drone, you managed to get a good picture of her face, even in the darkness, and got the got a face that matched the one showed to you by the Praetorians back on Orzgorkubietz, of an alien creature that apparently has been around since before the Scream. And that presence confirmed, you were deciding what to do about it when Nafia came roaring in from uh, out of town, uh, zipping down the roads and coming to an abrupt halt in front of her house, getting out of the unfamiliar to you vehicle and running into the garage herself. You all decided to let, I guess, live and let live for the time being, though you did try contacting her and got a let's catch up later response. So you headed back to the city proper and arranged for a meeting with, well, I guess you made your previously arranged meeting with um with Kareem, excuse me. And I'm kind of skimming past the bar scene where everyone was uh variously discussing treason and playing make believe.
But not realizing they were playing make believe.
Not me too. I was just
That was
asking.
probably the best part.
Yeah. So yeah, and I believe we had Cade involved in both conversations simultaneously, so that was impressive. Although it depends on how impressive you found his involvement in the make believe game. Might have been caused some by his distraction with, talk of treason. Uh,
It was like Bluey levels of parenting.
yeah, nice. So anyway, after the bar, you all went and met up with Kareem. Basically, interrogated him about what he did or didn't know about Nafia. As far as you could tell, he had no idea that uh, she was an alien or with an alien or whatever the various things you were postulating about her and her activities. Um, Asked him some questions about her family, and basically he knew a little bit, but not much. Maybe enough to strengthen some suspicions, but not being able to confirm without a doubt any of your suspicions. And I believe you left him to go and kind of process. I say you left him. I believe Nero went along with him to help him recover from the not exactly interrogation. That's maybe too strong a word, but from the revelation and kind of process that.
The multiple verbal bombs we dropped on him.
Yes.
Mental bombs, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
Physical bomb.
Because there was the main one being that you saw this alien in her house when she, and then saw her returning completely unscathed.
And he was given a dating pamphlet.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, brother Nick slipping in the smooth bit of evangelism in the in the midst of kind of the mental bombardment.
I don't think evangelism was the point of that. It may be a side effect.
Yeah, no, not the primary goal, maybe.
I feel like
Yeah.
that was Brother Nick's version of Dad walking out in overalls and a shotgun.
Well, I don't know. He did his version of that. Let's see, a night or two ago. I guess it was just the previous night, wasn't it?
I think so.
It was one or two, something like that. But
It's
yeah.
more like what every dad of a daughter attempts to do at some point when they realize their baby girl is a woman.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it just unfortunately happened to happen with Kareem.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it was the previous evening
Hmm.
on her date, Kareem.
Oh, and we also showed him an actual picture of the alien, so
Hmm.
I feel
Yeah, a
like that
picture of
deserves
the
another
alien
bomb.
in the
Yeah.
window. Not just claiming to have seen the alien, but proof.
And we also considered giving him a greeting card that said, what did it say? Was it sorry? Where is the greeting card?
Was it sorry your boss turned out to be an alien or something like that? Put it in session
Sorry,
chat.
your boss and
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
ended
Sorry,
up
we found out your boss is in league with a lizard person.
yeah, sorry we found out your boss is in league with a lizard person. And it has a very soothing color palette. But then we decided against it,
The
that it
happy
wasn't
little
the right time.
chameleon with a party hat on. Oh man, that's great. So yeah. Anyway, I think we pretty much left off there. So I don't know. I think for the sake of moving at a decent pace, let's kind of summarize what y'all are going to be up to while and I guess also how long we want Narrow off Zola and Kareem.
Did you say soloing Kareem?
Consoling.
Oh, I misheard
Consoling.
that.
I also heard soloing Kareem, and I was trying to figure out
Yeah, sorry guys.
a delicate way of saying, I feel like that's not what you meant to say.
It's my
But
clumsy reveal that he was a boss monster
Yeah.
this whole time, and so you've just signed Narrow's death
no,
warrant.
that wasn't.
I know, yes. I'm aware. Family friendly audience, remember?
It's a family show.
Yes.
This is how families are made, kids.
Whatever.
It's educational material. No,
So now that we've clarified, you said
Please turn
consoling.
to page 3.
yes.
Split.
Oh no.
Oh man. All right, so anyway, Dex, do you have some input on how long you think Nero's going to spend with Kareem to
I want to
help
ask
him be
Party a
effective
little
and
bit
stable.
because
Okay.
part of the out of character intent with this was getting information, I believe.
Also, I think that kind of depends on Kareem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
Okay.
And
Basically, as long as it takes.
yeah, that. Oh yeah, yeah. I was thinking something else then. Well, I was gonna say it's not like Nero is like going to actually try to interrogate him more. She's not going to be asking pointed questions or trying to figure anything out. That's
Mm-hmm.
not what she's good at. But she is decent at listening, as long as she's not bored.
Mm-hmm.
And so if he has other questions for her, or if he starts working through his own thought process while they're sparring, or if they hit the gym or go for a run or whatever. Well, those are the things that she would want to do, depending on what he wants to do, of course.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Trust me, brother Nick has nothing to worry about.
All right then.
Nero's
So.
version of sparring is exactly as innocent as it sounds.
All right then. So the rest of the group, you guys have any input on that, or are you fine with that plan for Dex?
I'm fine with it. Anybody else?
I'm good. Yeah, sounds good.
Alrighty then.
Do you have any suggestions that you think would be in character for Nero that could perhaps prompt more information? Like, just things that she might say without trying to pry, but would be beneficial to us?
Are you
Um,
asking the group at large?
Yeah, I am.
Go ahead, Ethan. Sorry.
I'm guessing maybe just getting him in general to open up about Nafia. If you're like, I could see Nero, maybe being like, sucks your boss was hiding a bunch of secrets from you. And then asking him like how long he's been working for Nafia or how they met.
That works. I'm gonna cut a little bit out of that because there's way too many words.
Yeah. There's some it needs to be
I
narrowified.
Yeah, I felt like that was pretty close though.
It wasn't too far off. No. Um. So Ben, for your contemplation, and I don't want to dominate here.
Mhm.
I wanted you, want to give the other team some time here, but
Right.
I think Nero's part in any kind of information gathering here, as unintentional as it is for Nero, is simply uh, to start with, how long have you been working for Navia? And wherever that conversation goes.
Okay.
I would kind of hope that she would start with like a, "Hey, that really sucks that your
Mm,
boss was keeping secrets," or something like that. I feel like that's something Nero would say, but also that depends a lot on how much tact you have.
mm,
I feel like Nero is an empathetic enough person. Like, she's not the most poetic with her words,
no, she's not. Unless it's a
but
poem about fighting.
Mhm.
she is good at realizing when people are upset, and she usually is very direct,
Hmm.
saying stuff like, "Hey, I can I can tell that must be really hard for you or something like that.
I
You know,
think I got stuck on the it sucks that. I'll rearrange that to basically sorry your boss is working with alien lizards. And then
there you go.
a little bit more softly, sorry you had to find out like that.
Mm,
That sounds perfectly like Nero.
okay. So yeah, then Nero will start from that angle. The rest of you, in the meantime, are going to be doing what generally? We're not going to role play that necessarily, or at least not yet. Since Nero is sort of spearheading I guess what I'd say is the primary uh, actions that you guys are aiming for right now.
Well, last we left the rest of our group, I think Saoirse had done a spit take at Brother Nick producing the pamphlet. So we could just pick right up where we left off with that.
Well, I guess I just mean I'm
Yeah, we
looking for
filled
out of
hours
character.
kind of thing.
I'm
Mm,
looking for out of character what you guys are going to be doing while Nero goes to
yeah.
help Kareem, settle back into normal
Not
life,
Um,
having his
whatever.
mind broken.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I guess Cade would be starting work on um a hack to run on Sandman's security system because once we go after Esposito, we've already tangled with him a little bit, so he has a little experience with his security stuff before, and he wants to make sure it's ready.
Okay, that sounds like a good thing to if you would put
Yep.
that in out of character planning maybe, or session chat, one of those. And then if you guys want to workshop that a little bit, see if there's any other stuff that Cade needs to prep like that. Um,
Are there any like utility vehicles that might be in need of enhancement or repair that Java could be like working on in anticipation?
hmm. There was discussion of using a van to get everybody to his place armored without making any sort of a public scene. Um, I don't know that it would necessarily require. I guess it's up to you guys if you want to do some alterations to it, but at the very least, Java could be um, working on acquiring that vehicle. It's like a rental, unless which is easy enough, unless you want to try to get something that's more complicated, untraceable, or something like that.
We
Would
can't
require a bit
modify
more
a
work.
rental. We'd have to give up our security deposit.
I think after we used the van to kidnap somebody, we're giving up our security deposit.
Oh, that's right. You guys are planning to kidnap Esposito, is that right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I want to armor the van from the inside. I'll put that in the planning.
Well, let's see. Yeah, if you guys want, yeah, talk about what you want to do to a van, because if you're gonna want to do some stuff like that, unless you want to uh, hinder your ability to acquire rental vehicles in the future, you will probably want to acquire some sort of beater or something, you know, something cheap. Or I mean, you could buy something new too, but uh, yeah, that's going to require some probably some underground work if you want something that's sort of off the grid and that you could be doing some work too without getting yourselves in trouble with somebody. All right, so while you guys are figuring some of that out, Dex will focus a little bit on Narrow. Yeah, Kareem is white knuckling the steering wheel as he's going back to his place. And
I did think that she'd wait until they were like, kind of sitting settled, not driving.
okay, wait until you get back. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, let him have some time to process.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, he would actually pretty much make the drive in silence. He would maybe try to start talking a time or two just about unrelated stuff, but
Hmm.
would pretty much stop stop responding very I guess the conversation would pretty much trail off about as soon as he tried. So he's clearly trying to
Combination of his
process this in
distraction
silence.
and Nara being terrible at small talk.
Right. Um, despite her best efforts, yeah, he's even though he is clearly trying to make small talk to distract from the elephant in the room, he's not really able to get his mind off of it. So you arrive at his place. He's not super far. He's in he's in a kind of mid-grade apartment inside the city limits, and finally on the lift up to his floor, he would seem to relax a little bit more and say, "I really need a drink. I hope you don't mind if I do that."
No, I'll make it for you.
He looks a little surprised. You knew how to mix drinks?
Just pour them into the glass.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's all I was going to do anyway. I don't have anything fancy.
Nara will
Any,
try her best.
uh, you can tell. I don't know if she understands the implication of like what he thought she was implying there for a moment, but yeah, he's just got he's got some pretty standard alcoholic beverages in his refrigerator in his place. It's pretty small but tidy and modern. Refrigerator's pretty well stocked, and he goes and sits in his chair looking out his window.
Yeah, she's gonna ask him which bottles to pour into a glass. Like, she's looking at them. Which one do I pour in?
Oh, it's fine. Just one off the top shelf. A little ice.
She
And
picks one that looks cool from the top shelf. Let's say, does he have a fireball?
Fireball. That's a good question.
What am I thinking? Am I thinking Goldschlager? No, I don't think so.
I thought you were dating a man with good taste.
Hey, everybody's got to have some swill for when they just need to get buzzed.
Forget things exist.
Yeah, just get buzzed and not really worry about the quality of what they're
Oh yeah,
tasting right now.
yeah, I was right. It's a Fireball cinnamon whiskey.
Okay. Yeah, sure. We'll say he's got some of that.
All right, she
That is what is laying on the top shelf.
and it looks cool, and it's called Fireball.
As long
Mhm.
as he doesn't have White Claw, you're fine.
Dex is gonna refrain from commenting on that. She will uh mix about a third Coke and or Coke equivalent and not sorry, not a third, 2/3 Coke equivalent and 1/3 Fireball
All right. Well,
over some ice.
Narrow knows her fractions.
and of course, he's not actually going to get drunk because this is a family-friendly stream.
Of course not.
But that doesn't stop a man from needing to unwind a little bit. So yeah, sitting there, drinking his Fireball concoction that Nero has put together. He's seems to her like he's potentially in a more receptive mood at this point.
Yeah. After, well, let's say that if he didn't, then Nero flipped the TV on, looked for the remote, and turned that on.
Mm-hmm.
Flipped through the channels a bit because she's not really a big watcher of TV. She's just nothing else going on right now.
Okay.
And she'll in a lull on an advertisement for some peaceful gardens on Tubuk. It's this new gardens park. She then looks over at him and says, "Sorry, your boss is working with lizard aliens. Sorry you found out that way."
Thanks, I guess. It's not your fault, but yeah, it's a lot. He looks at her for a long few moments and shakes his head. You know, yeah, one of these days we'll have to see if I can teach you a little bit of tact. But he says it with a smile.
She gives him a flick of a grin.
You might have broken a lesser man with all that just all at once and basically no ramping up to it. Oh. So, what do you think?
I think it would be weird, but I also fly in a spaceship with an alien, so maybe not. She looks over at him. Wait, did you meet Tom?
He's giving her a strange look now. No, I don't suppose I did. Not an alien, Tom.
Tom's an alien. He
Uh,
looks like a lobster with legs. With just two
his
legs.
eyes go a little wide. Oh, okay. You could tell he was in the middle. He was about to ask, like the alien that you saw with Nafia, or, but yeah, I guess that sounds like a different sort of alien than the one you caught Nafia with. Yeah. I mean, I knew that aliens exist. It's just they don't don't usually mix well with humans, and, well, I didn't know of any systems that had them, and are. Whatever, he kind of gestures vaguely, not really knowing how to talk about it. You know, I mean, aliens. Like, what is this Tom like? I guess, I mean, you fly with him, so he must not be all bad, right?
I don't know how much I can tell you.
He gives her a confused look, a little tilt of his head. What do you mean you don't know what you can tell me? You just told me all sorts of things.
I
If you're worried about shocking me, that ship has sailed.
probably wasn't supposed to tell anyone about Tom.
Oh, got you. Well, all right, I won't tell any of your friends that I know.
I'll tell them. You should ask Brother Nick or Saoirse.
Oh,
They'll know how much they can say.
okay. Yeah, sounds like I do need to ask about that if I'm gonna figure out how to think about this. I guess. I
What do you mean?
mean, well, I mean, I just don't know what to expect. I guess if he is, this alien is apparently that hasn't hurt her that we can tell, but I don't know what that means. Is that
It hasn't
it,
hurt us either.
well, has it
And
had the chance? Have you met it before?
I saw it. The others didn't.
Hmm. Well, that's a little consolation, I guess.
And this
I was.
can't tell them. I like the alien.
Oh,
I don't think it's a bad guy.
he leans forward, the look, looking like he's seeing a part of her for the first time. Now, what makes you say that? You've only seen the alien. Have you even talked to it?
No. Just shrugs. Just I think it's all alone.
Oh well. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are alone. It doesn't make them good. Anything that makes them more susceptible to going insane.
Just shrugs again.
I mean, you
Shakes her
know the
head.
stories.
Sorry, what was that?
He just said, I mean, you know the stories.
Of what?
Well, just any story. I mean, someone alone for decades, they go crazy by themselves, post apocalypse or stranded on an island or something. They always go crazy. This alien has been around for hundreds of years, at least. If you say it's been alone all that time, how could it not be crazy?
Hmm. I want Nero to roll an insight check. Cause she didn't say how long the alien had been alone. Unless that was a GM slip up.
I mean, I think you guys didn't you guys tell him that it was
Oh, had
Uh,
we?
I think you guys did. I may have mixed that up just from the fact that you guys were discussing it last session.
Hmm. Okay.
Does
Okay.
anybody else have? Okay. I,
No, yeah, I'm fine with that. If there's, well, I mean, you saying there's nothing to find tells me there's nothing to find, but I don't want to make something out of nothing.
well, I mean, I guess let me clarify. I don't know what. There may be something else for you to find. I guess does Narrow. Uh, what I'm trying to clarify, I guess, is that Narrow would remember that you guys did mention
Okay.
to Kareem that this you had seen this alien before. You were told that it on another planet or whatever that it was. I I, I mean I think you guys told him that it was from before the scream, the same alien. So yeah, I think that was when
Oh,
you
we
guys were just piling
did.
on more and more information, and he was just like, it's like shell shock after shell shock.
That's right. We
Not
did
only
say
is
it
it an
was
alien,
pre-scream. Yeah.
it's an ancient alien.
Yep.
So,
Okay. So, remembering that, I think something loud comes on TV, and Nera just reaches over and flicks it off and grabs her glass of water that she also made for herself, and then goes kind of just flumps down next to him, drops herself right down on the couch, and then leans in.
hmm
Yeah, probably. Just, I don't think it's mean. I think it's bad.
well, I, I don't exactly mean to doubt your judge of character. I mean, I haven't even seen the thing yet, but I'm just saying, it seems likely. But he kind of gestures in surrender. If you
We need to
if your
talk to
gut is
Nafia.
telling you that it's okay, oh, we definitely need to talk to Anafia. But what do I even say? I mean, how do we bring that up? Hey, boss, I, I know we've worked together for 5 years, and you've never told me this. How long have you been working with lizard aliens? I mean, he throws his hands up.
Arrow grins a little bit. How would I say it?
Hmm. Well, you'd probably say it about the same, but you just walked up to her and say, "Hey, Nafia, how long have you been working with aliens?" And
She
they're
pokes him in
with
the
her from out of
belly.
nowhere.
Exactly.
I mean,
It's
hey,
I'm
easier
really
that's
that
not a
hoping
bad thing.
Kareem does not take this as gospel advice.
This is
If,
really good advice. I'm
I mean,
gonna
if
act on this immediately.
Well, Nero
Yep.
just, yeah, especially when Nero follows that up and says, it's, oh shoot, I've missed how I said it. It's easier this way, or that way. See? She's following up the suggestion with a convincing argument.
so yeah, I mean, he would he would say after that, I mean, may not be a bad idea. Catch somebody off guard. Sometimes you can, startle some sort of reaction or accidental confession out of them, right?
I just want her to answer it.
And maybe if you just spring it on her, she didn't have as much time to come up with another lie, a way to get around the question. Mm. He rubs his temples. I mean, I trusted her. I think I do still trust her, but I just don't know. That's a lot. I don't know. I guess depending on what kind of alien this is or what they were doing, maybe she just didn't even think it was safe to tell me.
That's why I think it's better to be direct. Just say what you know, and that way she knows you're not trying to trick her.
Yeah, I mean, we're in on the tunnel snake stuff. I mean, that alone should have told her that she could trust me. He just sighs in frustration. And then his phone goes off, just with a message. Reaches over and says, "It's from Nafia."
She said.
Dun dun dun.
She said, "Heard you were smack talking me."
My lizard ears were no, so the message from Nafia says, "Hey, sorry about the radio silence. Got back a little while ago. You want to talk now?"
Nara looks at him. Are you drunk?
He looks over at her and doesn't look like it to her. And he says, "Mm, no, I'm fine."
Then let's go talk to her.
Oh shoot.
Oh boy.
Right now?
You guys did this.
Narrow, why?
He texts her back. And he says, "Yeah, can we meet up somewhere? I'm hanging out with Nero, but he could come along too. It's not a big deal." And looking at Nero to get approval before he does so, gets
Nara
ready to send.
shrugs, yeah.
All right. Boom, he sends it.
Oh my word.
And pretty quickly, he gets a response. "Yeah, should be fine. Pick a place. I can come into town."
I like how she goes missing for how long and then is just randomly like, yeah, I can come into town.
All right, so as players, do you want me to have Nero suggest that the whole crew meet up?
Yeah, that'd be nice to get everybody together for Nafia's lizard people revelation.
Yeah.
um,
I feel like that would also be the least complicated, like in the long term. Like if Nero was thinking that Kareem would need to talk to her crew about Tom, I
Mhm.
feel like she would probably be thinking she needs to involve her crew when it comes to Nafia.
Oh, I was thinking she might just tell Nafia to meet them at the hotel.
Could also see that.
Oh wow. I am having power flickering.
Uh-oh.
Row.
Interesting. It is only enough to it flickered the lights above me and it turned my monitor off twice. Weird.
Well,
Okay. And the monitor and the light went off again. I'll go turn my AC off just to reduce power
mhm.
draw. Yeah, it's actually gotten warm enough
Thanks,
out
man.
here.
It's
Tell
not
me you
even
don't
summer
live in
yet.
the South without telling me you don't live in the South.
Yeah, what
That is the most casual. That's the most casual I've ever heard someone say, "I'll go turn my AC off," since I visited my aunt in California. My great aunt, sorry.
uh yeah, my house was 74 when I came in, which it isn't hot, but it's higher, it's hotter than I like.
Mhm.
That is totally fair.
I don't know what temperatures you guys are getting right now.
Not
Depends
too
on
hot.
the day,
It was
really.
chilly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually.
On how the state wakes up and decides it feels that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a bit cold and rainy the past few days.
Yeah, this has actually been our first warm day in several months, so
Nice.
can't complain too bad. The cold's
Mhm.
Yeah.
lasted a lot
My
longer.
my comment about the South is rather misplaced actually because we haven't even really gotten into spring yet.
Well, normally my AC is running from around late February, early March, until late September, early October. Those are my AC months.
Fair, fair.
But anyways, back to the game. So yeah, if you're all okay with it, I don't think Nero knows that this hotel is already a safe house for us, basically. Um, we're not linked to it except for her geotag. um, and we can abandon it at a moment's notice if we need to, right? That was the whole point of this place.
I'm waiting for Cade and brother Nick input, but
Yeah, we know it's our current safe house, so
Yeah.
it's been safe so far.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess my line of thinking there is that we anticipate that Esposito may make a move on us again at any point, and so nowhere is really a permanent residence for now until we deal with the Esposito situation. So yeah, Nero will uh, say to him, um, "You both could come to our hotel."
Oh, well, you think she'll go for that? I mean,
It's safe there. Brother Nick and Cade set up security.
okay. Now she doesn't know you guys were in her house, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, she knows.
oh, she knows.
Yeah, I don't think Nero got any of the AI stories. Like I don't know
Hmm.
how much Nero
Oh
knows
yeah.
about what happened in the basement.
Hmm. Yeah, good question. Did everyone else spill the beans?
Well, I feel like Java might have
Oh, the
told it.
candy.
Yeah. I think he talked
Mmm.
about the candy. Have we
Mm-hmm.
had? Yeah, I guess we did have a little time for sharing. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, no,
Candy and
Yeah,
information.
kept everybody up to date.
that makes sense. Yeah, okay. So Nero blinks and thinks for a minute.
Do, 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 do. What conclusion does she come to?
Hmm. Well, she looks at Kareem and says, "You could ask her."
Again, back to trying to get Kareem to be more direct and less tabukin.
He just stares at her. You mean now or when we meet her?
No, ask her if she's okay with coming to our hotel.
Oh, oh yeah.
I also thought that she was saying, just ask her if she knows if we broke into her house.
Yeah.
Nero
That'll
will
solve the problem.
Nero will follow up with, "I think she does know."
Cause I don't, and I guess I should say, like, you guys were at her house, but I don't remember how much you told him. Like if you guys told him that you broke into her house. I don't think you mentioned anything like that.
Okay,
Um,
yeah.
But yeah, we tried not to tell him we broke into your boss's house, and that's how we know all this.
Yeah, yeah.
Partly because you were still, initially you were trying to figure out how much he even knew,
Right.
Yeah.
where he stands. So yeah, he'll text her and ask if she's up for meeting at the hotel.
And while he's texting, Nero will reconfirm, "Yeah, I think she knows we were there." As Nero's thinking about the security bots, which, they're robots. They're probably transmitting everything that they see as they get sliced up, or before they get sliced up, and that information gets, it isn't lost as long as there's somewhere for it to go.
Okay. Yeah, Nifia messages him back. Because he asks, he mentions that it's y'all's hotel room. And she messages back, sure, that'll be fine. They were wanting to check in on me anyway.
See,
That's
guys?
one way to put it, Nafia.
Nero's approach
That's
worked.
one way to put it. They were wanting to check up on me anyway.
She doesn't, she neglects to comment on whether or not you have already checked in on her in one way or another.
Oh no.
All right then. Let's see. Yeah, so
Nero wants to drive his car.
she wants to drive his car?
Yeah,
How
because
does she?
he's out of whiskey.
Oh, okay.
The real reason she gave him Coke and whiskey.
Trying to worm
Oh
those keys out of
no,
him.
you had something to drink. Looks like I'm driving.
um, if she says something to that effect on their way out,
I don't think she's gonna say anything. I think she's gonna try and reach into his pockets and take his keys. Not like, violently or anything, but just reaching and, pulling them out.
okay. He kind of shies away as she reaches in his pocket, and
I didn't even think about that.
he's like, "What?" Like, hey, we're going over to. And he's like, I got this. We can head over to the hotel, or right now if you want, and wait for her.
Yeah, but you're not driving.
He narrows his eyes at her. Well then, how are we gonna get there? You want to walk?
Just had a glass of alcohol. I can drive.
He looks at his glass that's, you know, still got maybe a quarter of it left, and he just waves dismissively. Um, I'm fine. That was nothing.
Oh,
I don't know about
yikes.
you driving my car.
We have found Kareem's no list item.
Seems like it.
I'm fine. It's not like I could honestly be halfway to a blackout and think it would still get me point A to point B without any trouble.
Oh, is it a self-driving car?
Yeah.
Seems to be implying as much.
Narrow, slightest little frown, and then either gives the keys back, or if she hasn't gotten them yet, stops trying for them.
I was gonna say, did she even get them yet?
Yeah, no. Yeah,
He squirmed.
he had fended her off, and
Okay.
so he'll but he will take out the keys and glance around the place. Well, guess we'll I don't know if is everyone else there? Do we need to meet them somewhere else?
Oh, can you repeat that?
He asks her, is everybody there
Oh,
already, or do we need to meet them somewhere else?
uh, they might be at the bar. I'll let them know.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah, you guys will pile into his grav car and head off towards the hotel.
Ye old a hotel.
So you guys will have, about an hour.
Oh, how
Hmm?
how does how does Narrow let us know about this development?
Uh, I'm typing it right now.
Oh my.
Hmm. Um, I guess before we get to that point, while Vex is doing that, let's quick wrap up what a lot of you were preparing for. In the meantime, just discussing plans and working out some of this stuff. So we're saying in that little while, we'll say maybe that was 30-45 minutes. Kate has been prepping some hacks. In fact, that will have taken up a good bit of his time there. I did want to specify, so Cade, for Cade subverting a system, just to hijack security, are we talking subverting security cameras, or are we talking subverting like door lock systems?
Like cameras, sensors, the alarm itself, that kind of a thing.
Okay.
It's
Let's see.
most of the passive and monitoring stuff that's what he would target.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I mean, you're gonna need to pick. I'd say cameras, sensors. That's pretty much the same category. Um, but like I mean, if you want to just shut down. Let's see. Yeah, the alarm, like the external alarm,
Yeah, they're all
if there is such a
separated.
thing, that's likely to be a separate thing. Um,
Ooh, he's not just using AT&T.
well, and I mean, as far as when it's talking about subverting a system or suppressing a system or whatever, um, there's it's generally like a system that's the it's like you've got the camera system and you've got the door locks as a system, or the electrify little electrified fence as a system.
Electrified,
Yes.
as we say.
Or like, automated gun turrets would be a system. Or life support would be a system.
Okay. I guess I need to just itemize the systems as individual hacks then.
Yeah.
I guess I was picturing that lumped like you said life support, but life support's going to be a bunch of individual
Yes, it is.
systems. Uh,
Yeah, I
so I
mean,
guess I was kind of thinking some of the security things, like you'd say your security system, but that involves your cameras, motion
I mean, like,
detectors, the call the cops uh, box or whatever.
to be honest, I feel like Crawford plays fast and loose about it. He basically says in one sentence, differentiating a sensor system versus automated defenses, and yet automated defenses require sensors to fire at something other than just shoot straight.
well, yeah, I mean, he's
You know.
those automated like automated guns or whatever, they're going to have their built-in stuff. They're not relying on the camera system to identify people and stuff. I mean, it's basically a way of making it more than, all right, you do one hack and every electronic thing in the building that would prevent you from doing what you want to do is turned off. um and yeah, maybe life support you could break down into more granular stuff, um if you'd rather, we could do that too, but point just being, those are going to be, they're going to be distinct in some fashion. Now, when you get general information, you'll find out what sort of security systems there are in place. Um, it's like I think even one of the examples for get general information is like get information on all the security systems, plural, that are on the network.
Yeah. So I'll just say then we'll
And I'll
plan
say,
for subverting the cameras and then subverting whatever the external notification is,
okay,
and then plan for the option to sabotage both, because I can see a situation where we would want to destroy the cameras so that they can't come back up, but we would want to say subvert the external alarms so it looks like it's fine from the outside world rather than not responding.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. I will say you do. So there's a camera system. You suspect there's probably an alarm system. You also know there is some sort of, um, there's some sort of sci-tech device. At least there was the last time you were there. You you wouldn't know that it is necessarily connected to the security network, the security system, or to the network, but you would consider it definitely possible, if not likely.
Mm. I don't remember any sort of details of what it did, though.
Danielle, do you remember that
The SciTech what? The
device that
system
he
that
had?
the device that who had?
Esposito.
Oh my word. That was so long ago.
I know, that's why I can't
Yeah,
think of
it was a long time ago.
Can we cheat? Can I call in that second bag of York peppermint patties?
Cashing in on favors.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thanks.
Yes, you may. What Saoirse remembers is that um, there was an effect like that of metadimensional friction uh, encompassing the entire club, but
I'm gonna. Okay.
she couldn't identify. She couldn't identify a person. Um, that it was.
So Psytech interference then?
Yeah. So the metadimensional friction is it's an ability that basically it creates like an area of metadimensional turbulence or something. So anyone who uses psychic powers in there takes psychic damage or whatever. Physical. I don't know if they call it psychic damage, but it's like, yeah, they take damage from the mental strain of pushing through that turbulence.
I remember that now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, if yeah, Cade would have probably remembered about that, or Saoirse would have pointed it out while he was preparing hacks. Like, hey, I remember this happened last time. Try to nuke that thing too. So he would definitely work on the option to subvert or destroy it. And I think he would lean towards preferring to destroy it.
Okay. Alrighty. Now, let's see. And I'm trying to remember. Let's see. Did he? Do you remember off the top of your head? Did Cade hack into that system before, for any reason?
Yes. When we broke, was it the gallery or something else? I'm pretty confident he hacked the system one time. I think it might have only been for uh, a specific question or general information.
Okay.
So I would say it's basic familiarity. I wouldn't say it's intimate familiarity with
Okay.
the system.
I'll say then that he remembers, as long as it hasn't changed since then. He remembers at least the that there's one line shunt required to get into the place, and that it's like it's equivalent to like a minor government major corporation system. So it's got like a +1 um, to the difficulty of hacks. But he also remember the spot that he needs to put uh, the line shunt.
All right. Just
Let's
documenting it on the same planning post.
All right. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, yeah, and let's see. Yeah, I don't know a good way to describe the locations to you without like showing you the map again. So um maybe I'll post make a note for myself to post the layout with like a couple like an X marks the spot for line shunt spots.
Sure.
Right. Let's see then. So get that. Did Brother Nick do a? Okay, he did not for a connect check for getting a van.
Oh no.
Do you want to
Go ahead
do
and
a
roll.
skill check or do you want to use your focus in some capacity?
I wasn't sure if the level 1
Oh
suit
shoot.
that. I'm guessing getting a van might be a little more than a favor.
I mean it's no more than mildly illegal. I'd say you could definitely use that to find someone who could acquire a van of some sort for you that would be in the mildly illegal category.
A mildly illegal category.
uh, I'll decide how far they'll go in terms of their generosity versus
Want
requiring
some money.
some yeah some oh goodness sorry
Some
just
grease for the wheels.
yeah I was sorry I was thinking of a ridiculous phrase that I don't think even made sense but anyway.
Oh, okay.
Is there a world for a free van if I roll a connect check? Like crazy high.
You're trying to ask me about the potential results of a roll. That's fair. Let's see. Is there a possibility for a free van? Um,
He's figuring out if that's in the scope of his connectedness. I'm figuring favor doesn't go as strong as like he actively works his connections.
yeah, I'd say that a free van is definitely on in the cards. Um, the quality of said free van is another matter entirely.
Is it? Yeah, up for grabs.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
He just
So,
yeah.
rolls up in some Cheech and Chong beater.
um, if you
So
want
I
to do
guess
a
yeah, any of
skill
these
check,
bands come with the string of some
mm-hmm.
kind.
Yeah. I'll say if you do a skill check, depending on how well you roll, you could potentially do a little bit better for yourself than if you just used the connected focus.
Okay, let's press the dice. I guess charisma.
Yeah.
This is how we end up trying to drive a Red Rider wagon.
Oh no.
It's got like a custom paint job on the side. It's
hmm
Oh no, 2 1s, man.
oh,
Wow.
brother Nick.
Let's see.
Yes, but I can recover it some because
I'll say a roll. Yeah, roll me 2 more d6s there. I'd say this is related to negotiation. You're trying to acquire a vehicle.
Ooh.
Okay, so that makes it a 15. Um,
It's a little bit better.
yeah. So
That moves the needle.
I'll say that you have two options here. You could either get a van completely for free, but that will require um, a sufficient fix check and a few hours of work to get it in suitable working order, or you can get one that's working for. Let's see. I'm gonna remind myself what the going rate is before I throw out a number. Don't want to eyeball you guys. Ground card. Brand new one is gonna be. Where did the vehicles go? I just passed them, didn't I? Oh, okay. So yeah, you could get one that's in working order, and also been it's a salvage title or whatever. Kind of it's harder to trace with for say 1,000 credits. Both are, like a cargo van style.
What do y'all think?
You
Buy the
trust fix
cargo
check?
van. I think buy the cargo van.
Oh, well, both of them are cargo van kind of things. I think he's saying we get one that's more of a fixer-upper for free.
Mm-hmm. You can get one that currently works fine for 1,000.
Yeah, I mean, that's not that expensive, right?
It really
Yeah.
isn't.
Yeah.
It's pretty cheap.
Yeah, the money's not it. I was wondering, I guess there's fun role play potential and maybe.
I think it'd be more fun to role play like modifications that would be more beneficial
Yeah, I
to
guess
us than
mods
just like
getting this bucket
getting
of
it to
bolts.
work, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess drop 1,000 for
Okay. And then Java was wanting to reinforce the van from on the inside anyway. How is he thinking of acquiring the parts to do that?
Is there any
Man, what would be the most efficient way to acquire some effectively steel plating? I mean, I'm thinking he would like rivet to the insides of the cargo van armor so that if we were to get shot up, presumably that would protect us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess I was thinking more of sourcing his stuff.
we got the phone number for faux wind cutter guy, right?
Yeah.
That or
Uh,
could we ask the homeless people? Would they know things?
Ask the homeless to steal us metal. Is that what you're saying?
That is also an option.
I lean towards asking the homeless people.
Well, we've just been sitting on this stockpile of ballistics grade sheet metal.
I was thinking like, hey, you guys want to make some money? Help us find this stuff. And we could give them a list, and then we'd have a homeless army looking for our stuff.
Oh,
Sounds like
man.
Java should have taken Hengekeeper and just hired the homeless people.
Mhm. Try to hire one
Um.
orphan and everyone freaks out, but suddenly Java wants to hire the homeless.
Hey, I guess homeless people are consenting adults. They can do what they want. um,
I mean, not trying to pressure everybody into that idea. If it makes more sense to go to the other guy, let's do that.
what do you guys think? Does anybody else care?
Nah.
No, that's this is Avery's fun here.
Okay. So what'll
I
it be,
think
Avery?
after he
Oh.
befriended homeless people at the rally, Saoirse would just be like, "Yeah, you know what? You know enough homeless people. Go for it."
Crowdsourcing. Yeah, I guess I don't even really trust the sourcing of all faux wind cutter because faux wind cutter
Yeah.
could probably sell us paper mache trying to pass it off.
Why is the steel so light? That's the new Kev steel.
I mean, yeah, I guess it depends on how much you trust your ability to turn a cheat into an asset.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys did a bit of work on him. Maybe not enough to just trust him blindly, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, crowdsourcing from the homeless sounds like fun. So
Okay.
I'll just go
Is
ahead and put that in quotes too.
Brother Nick gonna help with this?
Yeah, I guess what do you think would be an appropriate help role? I guess
I'm
I,
I'm
chatting
game
with him.
with doing like hey Nick, this is Nick, and introducing the two of you so you can negotiate for us. I feel like your
Okay.
character is better suited for that anyway.
So, does Java want to go try to find homeless Nick?
I feel like he would have a general idea of where he quote
Yeah,
lives.
Did we ever confirm that he's homeless or is he just nearly homeless?
Nearly homeless.
He's not nearly homeless, Nick. He's definitely homeless.
Definitely homeless, Nick. Got it.
yeah, I mean he shouted to Java as Java was running away from him last time that he would that he should come back by sometime, meet him in the area, um, around that I guess it was a hot dog stand or something.
Yeah, so I mean, Java, I feel like would have a general idea of where homeless Nick lives,
Yeah.
quote, and would be trying to connect our Nick with that Nick to maybe connect with the crowd and crowdsource this search. Is there anything that we'd be looking for aside from steel plates that we could recruit the forces for?
The forces.
A wind cutter,
Okay, that on the list officially.
Yes.
Do we really want to be spreading around that we're looking for a wind cutter? Is that really like a thing we want to be?
We can trust Nick.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Yeah, he seems like the reliable sort.
You're just saying that because he has the same name as
Well, yeah,
you're like, duh. Duh, that's why I trust him.
that makes him the most trustworthy.
Oh my.
All right, wind cutter, steel plates. Going once.
Do it.
Is there a reason we can't do both? But yeah.
Uh, any sort of intel? We could specifically be asking them to like check on things or
Mhm.
just keep us in the know.
Hmm.
Might be too OP at that point. I don't know.
Let's just I would say let's just work on the steel plates, and I do think the woodcutter is a joke, but I also don't think that Java, knowing how much Nero wants it, would not ask.
Oh yeah, he would definitely ask, especially if Nero was like asking him to ask. That's gonna happen.
I think Nero's asked him to ask, but she has shown him pictures. She has shown him demonstrations. She has certainly shown him, like, anytime somebody's watching a movie and there's a wind cutter there, Nero would have pointed out that's a wind cutter.
Interdimensional cable is the only other thing I can think of.
Very good.
I'm good with that list. Do we want to play it out or?
we'll probably play it out a little bit. First go ahead and let's see. From Brother Nick, yeah, I think a talk check would be appropriate for helping the helping Java. Java's going to be the primary one doing the work on homeless Nick here. That is worth a +1. So Java, give me I believe a connect check with wisdom would be appropriate here. Oh man, even with the +1.
Oof.
Well,
That's
so
why I was thinking a little bit more for Nick to lead the combo. Java isn't really.
yeah. Well, so Java takes Brother Nick with him, and they are able to find, after not too long, they're able to find homeless Nick. Turns out he does hang out in the vicinity of that shop, and just staying out of the way of you know, people who are shopping or doing whatever else. Find him, and the introduction seems to go all right. Homeless Nick does seem to appreciate Brother Nick's charismatic way of uh, speaking and just making Homeless Nick feel at home. Eh, however, when the talk turns to sourcing, uh, you know, I guess if you want, you can go ahead and lay it on me how Java's gonna make a case, or how he's gonna bring up the favor he wants to ask of Homeless Nick, or the proposition he has for him.
We probably start with asking him like, money is awesome, right?
Yeah, man. Money's great.
I think that I can give you something awesome if you can help me find something awesome.
Oh, right.
I got
What,
this list
what are
right
we
here
talking?
of things that I'm looking for that I have no idea how to find.
Oh,
Slides in the list.
yeah. So he'll take it, and giving you both a quick appraising look, he'll read over the list. And,
It's a drawing of the wind cutter, by the way.
oh, it's a drawing of the wind cutter.
Oh no.
Give me a. Let's see.
That's a perform check right there.
I was gonna say, I think that sounds like a perform check with dexterity. I'm gonna say. Okay. So it's definitely a recognizable drawing of a sword, and it's depicted cutting through something, like a car or something. So it's obviously not a normal sword. um, and then I guess how did he depict the steel plating that they're looking for?
A square with an arrow pointing at it. Steel plate.
Yeah, his eyebrows raise a bit, looking it over. He nods a little and says, "Yeah. Well, I don't know about a sword like this, but I mean, yeah. Um, and how soon do you need this?"
I don't
Like-
think we specified that, did we?
Yeah, that is a good question. So out of character, like how quickly do we need this?
Maybe
have-
around within a week. I don't know.
So in the next couple
Yeah,
of
just
days.
a couple of days if we were trying to.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards we tell him in the next couple of days.
Good. Well, I mean, I'll see what I can do. I know the couple people who might be willing to get their hands a little dirty, but I don't know, man. Yeah, I'll give it my best. What do you? He glances around a little more, leans in. How much are we talking? Rubs his fingers together. Credits.
Oh no. Did Java even like have a number? Brother Nick is with him though.
Yeah, I mean,
Brother Nick's there to rein him in if he needs to.
Java's probably like looking at Nick, And then looking at other Nick and say, 20?
He's out of character. What would
Oh,
we think is
jeez.
a fair price for the metal? I'm guessing that's what he's pricing because he's figuring there's no way he finds a wind cutter.
Yeah, there's no
Ben.
way a wind cutter goes for
Oh, you're
20
asking me?
credits.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said out of character.
Well,
What
that
would
didn't.
be like a decent?
I thought he might be asking you guys.
No.
So I mean, it's probably, I'd say it's probably worth a range of a few hundred credits by the time you're talking about some actual decently thick sheet metal that's gonna provide some notable protection.
Java just say, like, something to think like, that's negotiable. Depends on how hard it is for you to get it.
We said 20 credits. This is Facebook Marketplace levels of negotiation.
I'm guessing.
I mean, if
I'm
Java
guessing
said
Brother
20,
Nick would interject.
he thought you were
Yeah, I
talking
think we offer
20,000,
500.
and he reacts, accordingly.
Oh no, he thought you meant 20,000.
He's like,
That is
20,
unfortunate.
Java's
It's like-
not going to pick up on that at all.
Oh no.
So, Nick, you better fix this.
Brother Nick better hop in there.
Yeah, he'd say, I'm sorry, my friend doesn't or isn't familiar with credits.
Oh,
We're willing to offer 500 if you can find the sheet metal.
he looks very disappointed. But
I'm sorry, he came from a world where they don't use credits. Strange paper money. I mean, ridiculous, Had to spend 2,000 of those just to buy lunch.
give me a notice check from Brother Nick.
Let's see his thoughts on fiat currency. Oh no.
Well, luckily he rolled a 4. All right, so Brother Nick notices an odd expression on his face at one point during the exchange about Java not understanding credits and trying to offer a different, much more reasonable price. And he then asks, "So I mean, what do you need this for anyway? I mean,
I'm going to make a cool van.
Perfect.
because I mean, kind of seems like it's worth more, like 750. You're talking enough to, I guess
Enough to make a cool
build a
van.
van. Yeah."
Yep. You're gonna haggle.
Hey man,
And
doesn't know where his next meal's gonna come from.
and Brother Nick is still picking up on there's something strange about the undertone. Seems like he's prying just a bit too much.
Hmm.
Indeed.
Is it the shape shifting alien lady?
Only one way to find out. Toss her in a lake and see if she floats.
Oh no.
Out of character, I would accept his offer, but give him a more stringent time constraint. Like, if you can get it in 48 hours, we'll agree to that rate.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to figure out how to ask him why he's uh, so interested. Gotta be something going on there.
Oh, why he's
Hey
so
man, do you think possibly
asking so many questions.
Esposito works with the homeless community?
Hmm. Well, somebody does. If he's This sounds like your buddy when he's wearing a wire kind of question.
Yeah.
Hmm. I
I
guess just
mean,
brother
I'd
Nick will
hate for
straight up
your.
ask him. I guess going with Java's cool van answer first. Uh, yes, Java just enjoys working on vehicles from time to time. He was hoping his new friend would be able to help him out. Well, I'm curious, why the sudden interest?
Well, I mean, hey, 750 credits coming my way, and needing some gestures of the paper, metal plates or whatever. Yeah, I just kind of want to know. It's just a curiosity. Didn't mean nothing by it. And it doesn't matter. You don't have to tell me. It's okay. Just yeah.
Ja-
Hmm.
Java doesn't know how to pick trustworthy homeless friends.
uh, with that, he'll say, oh, understandable. Well, if you can get this metal Java's shopping list to him of the metal in the next 48 hours, 750 sounds fair. I'll also throw in 250 for your discretion.
Hey,
For your discretion.
he's nodding. Yeah, man. I like you, brother Nick. 250 sounds like a nice rate for discretion. I think that can all be arranged. 48 hours? Yeah, you know, uh, I'll get with my guys right away. We'll got a place. We'll get you some sheets and he
Does this guy maybe have a friend and or brother or cousin who is a shady arms dealer that deals in faux wind cutters?
Oh no.
uh he doesn't bear a striking resemblance to that guy.
There's not enough characters.
When the GM runs out of character ideas. There's a oh, oh, sorry, just had a very silly idea. Um anyways, yeah, so
Kabook's been just 3 people this whole time?
It's like, wait,
Three
this homeless
people in a
person.
trench coat.
I was like, that, that homeless person looks an awful like Nafia, just wearing a hat. Oh man. Oh, that's like some Matrix running out of memory kind of stuff. Had to cut costs somewhere. Or some. It's like Skyrim NPC level shenanigans.
He's gonna tell us about the Cloud District next.
I could have sworn I recognized your voice. um, sorry, I guess I don't know how many of you have played Skyrim, but like there are a bunch of NPCs, and I think there are probably about 5 NPC voices
Yep.
outside of the like the main characters. So yeah. Anyway, probably over explaining. Anywho. So yeah, homeless Nick seems he seems thrilled by this deal. He's very eager to get to work on his short timetable, trying to find you guys some quality metal sheets to plate your van. He makes as if to grab his little bundle and stuff his little sleeping bag in
Vomiters.
it and head out. Anything else for him? All right. Sounds good then. Well, we want to go ahead and scoot up to Nafia showing up at the hotel.
Ooh. Are you ready for that?
Yeah.
Did Saoirse send the message?
What
To
message?
who?
Oh, did you notice that the Nero had sent the message to Saoirse?
No.
Oh. Yep, it's
Oh,
in
Apologize.
a little ways up.
it was
Oh,
just
okay.
basically telling Saoirse that she's coming, and so everybody be ready. Easy enough to say, yeah, you guys are
Well,
all in the loop and ready. Was there anything particular you
Saoirse would
wanted to
have
do?
freaked out a little bit, but other than that, she would have tried to get everybody ready.
That's
Uh,
why I responded to your Saoirse pinching the bridge of her nose inexplicably. Because here's
Yeah.
another one.
yeah. So any
Like it's almost
specific
like the
prep?
force moving through her.
Yeah. She feels a disturbance in the force.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what it is.
do you guys want any specific prep for Nafia's arrival?
Saoirse would want to hold on. I actually don't know. Hold on.
While you're thinking,
Yeah, go
Cade
ahead.
will probably have the henchman keeping an eye out, making sure the conversation's private, and having an exfiltration path for us in case something goes south.
hmm
Even
I
if
was
that something
actually
going
thinking
south
of us.
is Nafia.
I was actually even thinking about us like renting a third room just for this meeting.
Not a bad idea. I mean, you've got an hour.
I think that would be a worthwhile endeavor.
Okay.
I mean, can anybody think of a reason not to do that? Just maybe to try and put a slight buffer between revealing our location entirely.
Well, I'm thinking we probably move to another hotel after this.
Hmm.
Whatever happens. But yeah,
Well, let me backtrack on that then. If you're thinking that we'll move to a new hotel after this, why don't we keep just in our own rooms? Um, and that way we're showing trust. Unless, okay,
mhm.
so actually that's two different directions. Do you want to project, hey, we're being cautious with you, or do you want to project, hey, we know this, but we trust you?
I'm wondering if
That's
we
a
have the time to secure a third room too. I guess we've already like
I mean, the hotel
switched our.
probably rents a meeting room.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to trust that though, because who knows how much, what kind of surveillance they've got there. And I think
Oh yeah,
the other advantage of our rooms is that Kay's already secured them.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Not like the issue of getting one, but we already swept
Right.
these hotel rooms for bugs. We put our security system, or like the perimeter alarm system that we got
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's
in the
just
room.
okay. All
Probably
right.
just
Well,
we give the rooms one last good sweep.
Saoirse would pack up her stuff.
Yeah, packing up, be ready to get out of Dodge. We don't have Narrow here to do good noticing stuff, but I guess whoever our sharpest eyed person, maybe we send them out to sweep the hotel lobby and bar.
Um, s- I have +1 to survive, but -1 to notice. So that would be up to Ben's discretion, really, on what
Sorry, and
he thought.
what about her skills?
I was gonna say that like Saoirse could offer to go downstairs because he was saying like, oh, the sharpest eyed person
Hmm.
could go
Java has
downstairs.
+1 to notice.
Oh, there we
Yeah.
go. Use Java.
Talking about the sharpest eye other than narrow.
Yeah, since
Yeah.
she's on the way and we won't have her access to.
Oh no, I mean she would um she would be there. She and Cade would be able to get there. Or sorry, she and Kareem would be there well before Nafia. Um,
Oh, okay, yeah, then if she's there
And
to help,
also
then
Cade does have quite literally the sharpest eyes given his
Mhm.
implants.
Okay, that yeah, that's I didn't realize the time frames. That makes it a lot easier. Um,
yeah, you guys can plan as though Narrow and Kareem are going to be there
Yeah.
well in advance.
So I guess Nero ask her to do a security sweep. Of fancy eyes, yeah, get maybe put the hello neighbor up in the sky as additional exterior surveillance. If we see anybody teleport up in power armor,
Hmm.
or I don't know, crawl on the roof and plant bombs.
can we
Watching for roof bombers does seem like a
oh,
wise thing to do.
um nothing. I wasn't saying anything. Oh,
Change
actually,
your mind.
have I been using sneak to check for? Oh, we're not checking for bugs right now. Never mind. Yeah. So you're just wanting Nero and Java to keep an eye out for anyone that's taken additional interest in what's going on.
Yeah,
Okay.
eyes out for shifty characters or people who look like they
People
might.
who are a little too inquisitive,
Yeah.
like Java's friend, definitely homeless Nick.
Okay.
Who, in case you didn't know, is definitely homeless and definitely not somebody hired to look homeless.
So I think that there's an elephant or an elephant lobster in the room that needs to be played out at least real quickly. So, are y'all basically at the hotel room waiting for Kareem and Nero to show up before preparing to, you know, secure ourselves and all that? Or
I think Saoirse would be in the middle of packing
okay.
when Kareem and Nero get there. What would everyone else be doing?
I mean, Kate will probably be packing as well, but we'll have the combat drone on the charger where he can command it to take off if need be an emergency.
Okay. And we decided that the rooms are separated by a door, and we usually keep that door open, or we're keeping that door open right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So after the door closes behind Nero and Kareem, and after whatever hello and pleasantries occur, or interrupting them if they take too long, Nero says, "I told him about Tom. He has questions.
What about Tom?
He's a lobster."
Saoirse's gonna do a double take and look at Kareem's face real quick. I'm sorry. Do you mind running that one by me again? You told him Tom's a what?
An alien.
Saoirse's hands on the zipper of her backpack go really still. And then she's looking at Kareem to see what his facial expressions are. But she's attempted to keep her face very blank. Oh, did I just roll something on accident?
Yeah.
Uh,
He told us all you're a
Sorry, I was
psychic.
trying. Oh, sorry. I was trying to wake my computer back up, and apparently I clicked too hard,
mhm.
rolled something.
Sorry, we
So Ben, what
we
is
we got
Kareem? We
talking.
need Kareem's stuff.
Sorry, I got very zoned into what I was doing. What about Kareem?
So Nero just blurted, and now Saoirse wants to know what is Kareem's reaction to Nero telling Saoirse that Nero told Kareem Tom is an alien.
Oh, okay, got you. I guess she had told him that she was going to tell the others.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
his reaction is to look um he does look a bit surprised as she whips it out right away. Um but then he just gives kind of a nervous smile and looks at Saoirse.
Saoirse is going to very slowly finish zipping up her backpack and then
Well,
looks over at. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say into that slow response, Kareem would break the silence and say, um, "Yeah, all she told me was that you've apparently flown with an alien that looks like a lobster, but uh, on the on the on the scale of things that I've learned today, that barely registers. So I don't know that it's a big deal, but I told her she didn't have to tell me anything else." And he waits to see what she does or says when she finishes zipping her backpack.
Saoirse's eyes would have looked over at Nero while Kareem was saying all of that.
She looks a little bit
Um,
sheepish.
well, honestly, what Tom is has a lot to do with what your government has done
He looks
and why we're here.
confused. Uh, wait, was Tom was he connected to the research facility you blew up?
Did he miss all
Connected
that
is in
conversation?
Sorry, what?
Sorry, I guess out of character. Did he miss all that conversation? Because I'm pretty sure we told Nafia about Tom. Guess it's been a minute since we
Hmm.
last chatted with her, but I thought she knew.
Um, yeah, that could be just a major gap in my memory. I did not think you guys told her about Tom, and um, you guys, I don't believe you had met up with her since you blew everything up. Well, I mean, you met up with her before you blew the place up, but you had already rescued Tom by that point. I kind of thought you did not. Because you guys were, he was trucking around in human form. Um, you guys were trying not to like out him. That's what we're gonna go with for right now. I hope I have not retconned something you guys had intended to do before, but what we're saying for the time being until somebody can prove otherwise is that well, no, let me rephrase that. What we're gonna go with is that you guys did not tell Nafia about Tom, and by extension, did not tell Kareem. And this whole kind of scenario we're in right now is predicated on the fact that Kareem didn't know about Tom
Yeah,
beforehand.
if this is
Um,
all new info.
Yeah.
yeah, and it's it's I think it's still a plausible enough slip of the tongue by Narrow given the circumstances that um, I don't think it's too unreasonable um, to go forward with it like that. So yeah, as far as everyone here knows, although Java's knowledge is maybe another story entirely. Um, you know, Kareem and Nafia did not know about Tom, and but they were in the loop about the fact that you guys were there to destroy, whatever research the Tabukans were doing that involved, bioweapons. Um, there was you don't know exactly how much they knew about what was going on at the research facility or the nature of the bioweapons because they were in some sort of contact with Boris, who was with the working with the Uralans, and they already had some information about what the Tabukans were up to. So yeah, anyway, he is now, since you said, he's related to why we were here. He's connecting the dots. He's asking if that means he was connected to the research they were doing at that facility.
Saoirse would really slowly pick up her compad, and she would say, "Well, I think Tom would agree with me when I say unfortunately so." And then she's going to text Cade, "Get your butt in here right now."
Are they
And
like
then
in the other
she's
room, or?
yeah.
I mean, the door's open, so he probably hears
Well, I just
some of the
didn't know.
conversation.
Saoirse would have been talking really quietly, given
Well,
the
he probably didn't catch it all. He probably heard them talking.
okay,
Just
did
some
he
of it.
Yeah.
come in?
I mean, after getting the text, yes, he'd stick his head in
Okay.
like, what's going
Like,
on?
if he's already in there, then she's not gonna text him that, obviously, but
Well, yeah, no. We'll say she
No, he'd have
texts him,
been
and he,
packing. He'd still would have been packing.
yeah,
that's what I figured. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
that was
Yeah,
appropriate.
so
She
he
texted him.
walks. Yeah, so he
She's
walks to the door,
she's
sticks his head
like
in like,
trying she's
what?
trying not
I'm
to
not
freak
packed yet.
out.
So what does he see? Like she's trying not to freak out, and what?
She would have, as he was walking over, she would have been texting him emojis and of a lobster, and then she would have said, "Narrow let info on Tom slip." So his phone, when he's like, "What? I'm not done packing," is gonna go ding.
Yeah, at that point he pulls the phone out and looks at us like, oh, did you tell anybody else, Kareem?
No, no, I haven't told anybody. I mean, Nara's been with me the whole time since she told me, what, 20 minutes ago?
It's been like 5
In that case, he'll
minutes.
just kind of glance at Saoirse, shrug, and walk back to packing.
Oh no!
Okay.
Saoirse's openly glaring at the door frame where Cade just left.
Nero
And then
looks
she
at
goes
Saoirse.
back to her compad and just texts him, "Thanks for being useless."
Cream is standing there very awkwardly. So,
Kate will text back, what? You want me to hold your hand?
She's gonna walk over and throw something at Cade.
I can wait outside. Kareem will go for the
Don't you
door.
take a step out that door.
He freezes.
Then she's gonna slam the door shut between her room and Cade's.
He'll text her, oh, real mature.
Lover's quarrel.
And then Saoirse's gonna tell him, "I'm taking notes from you, daddy issues."
I learned from the best.
"Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think anybody did any parenting of you when you're growing up. I guess you've had to learn as you go."
Kareem is like inching. He's as Saoirse's like emanating rage and going feverishly on the compad, tapping out these messages.
No, she was yelling that through the door.
Oh, she's yelling that through the. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, at that point, Kate will just come back, open the door, give her a glance, and say,
She's standing there with her
Kareem, maybe
arms
you and Nero
crossed,
should
looking
come
really
back
angry.
on this side and we can talk for a minute.
Saoirse looks irate at the.
Well, Cade failed his wisdom save there. Opening a door that a woman just slammed after she threw something at you.
She
That's straight up suicidal right there.
telekinetically shuts the door again.
Nero says, We'll stay here on this side of the door.
Saoirse will turn around and look at Kareem,
Where are
and
Java and Brother Nick right now?
That's a good question.
Are they in the room with Cade?
were they packing their things or? Hello?
Were they in the
Uh,
crossfire here?
I feel like Java would want to go into the room where the screaming is happening.
Yeah, so maybe coming back after looking at the van.
Mm.
And Brother Nick doesn't take long to pack. All his worldly possessions fit in a Santa bag.
To clarify, Java's gonna bust up in their room like he's about to save someone. What's going on?
Mom and Dad
Yeah.
are fighting again.
Oh, so Java comes, opens the door from the hallway, like looking concerned.
Barreling in, gun in hand.
Oh no.
And Kareem will startle back, and Java sees, Kareem, Nero, and Saoirse in the room. Saoirse, maybe glaring at the closed door that connects the rooms. How does she react to Java barreling in, gun raised?
She'll just tell him very calmly, and maybe that's even more alarming, but she'll tell him very calmly to put it away.
Is this like calm with gritted teeth, or
Yes,
is it?
calm with gritted teeth.
Okay.
A good way to put it, yeah.
He's gonna put it away, but he is gonna ask what's going on.
Kareem says nothing, as in he does not speak up at all. He
Saoirse
is.
will say, "Why don't you go ask your friend Kadir over in the other room?"
Trouble in paradise, I see. I can handle him.
Her eyes are gonna narrow at him, and then she will say, "Get out."
He walks into Kadir's room through the psychically closed door, but probably forgets to close it.
She's going to shut it again.
No, the men of this party are 2 for 3 now, or I guess I should
She's
say 0 for 2.
Saoirse's going to put her hands together in front of her face and then take a deep breath and then motion over to the table to Kareem and Nero and just say, "If you'd like to take a seat, I'm happy to answer some of your questions."
Sure.
Nero goes
So
over and sits quietly.
Kareem will quickly go and sit, and he will be pretty timid, but he would ask some more about Tom, if Saoirse is willing to talk about him, and this
She
this
is.
other supposed alien that Nafia is in league with, because he's trying to figure out what to expect here.
I think Saoirse at this point, can I make any kind of trying to think of like
What's she wanting to do?
I guess I'm wanting to judge his character. So maybe a wisdom check would be a good way to go about it, but I don't know.
In what capacity?
Like how emotionally stable he seems right now, which is rich coming from her, I know. But
As they
just
say, it
like
takes one to know one.
after everything he just found out about his boss,
Mm-hmm.
and all of that, if he could, all of that.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I would tend to say like a notice would be fine, or even a talk, like you're
I'm
um
sorry, when did brother Nick offer Saoirse chocolate?
I think around when you were sitting down,
So did he just like casually walk over and like slide
just
chocolate in
slide
front of her, or
off,
did he like verbally say, "Hey, Saoirse, would you like some chocolate in
yeah,
these
just
troubling times?"
silently slide a little piece of chocolate like a leash your bunny.
All right.
um
All right. She accepts the chocolate but makes no comment about it. She doesn't she just continues focusing on her conversation with Kareem.
Brother Nick's been around the block a time or two. Knows a couple different ways to appease a raging woman.
I will accept this offering.
um so yeah, so Kareem, he will end up asking, and I guess uh, I don't know if how detailed you want to get about, just we can just describe out of character, what sorts of things she would tell him about Tom and the alien that they saw with Nafia. Um, you've already told him most of what you guys know about the alien you saw at Nafia's house. Um, but yeah, Tom stuff would all pretty much be new.
All right. Well, then out of character, she really would just try to answer his questions as much as she could, but with sparse detail. If that makes sense.
Hmm.
So,
Okay. He wouldn't really press, if he, if she was clearly giving kind of bare bones answers, or at least like minimally detailed answers, he would he'll pick up on that, and he'll not press for more information. Um, so can you kind of outline for me loosely the sort of stuff that she would tell him? If he asks stuff
um,
like, what sort of alien is he? How is he with people? Does he want to, you know, light the galaxy on fire and laugh as all the humans die?
and she would have to
Uh,
patiently tell him, no, he does not.
okay.
But
Um,
she would try and paint Tom as positively as she could while still being honest.
okay, got you. Um, all right. Well, that's good enough for me. We can leave it at that for now, and if it becomes important about very specific details, we'll say in general she left like concerning and potentially incriminating details out as much as was possible, while still telling him the basics. Oh man, give her like a little telekinetic fidget spinner.
Basically, it's a regular sized hamster wheel.
She got all kinds of distractions now.
Right, Nara's got her toys and her chocolate. Um,
Fear than a tick on a coonhound.
all right. Yeah. So, the, I'll just say that the conversation with Kareem about Tom seems to go smoothly enough, and before you know it, you're coming up on time that Nafia will be arriving.
No.
Great.
Hmm. Sorry, was there more you guys wanted to do before Nafia gets there?
No, Saoirse noticing the time though would have sent a group message asking is are the rooms secured for our guest?
Kid will reply back, rooms are secure, but I'll need the door open for the drone if we need it.
And if with Nero occupied with a normal sized hamster wheel, maybe we do have Java do that uh, sweep around the hotel lobby and bar for suspicious peoples.
Okay.
I know y'all wanted Nero with a higher bonus to do it, but it's only one higher. I think.
Yeah, so that'll need a notice check then.
So how fast can she get
Is it
the hamster wheel going?
notice with wisdom or
Yeah.
bam?
Oh no.
Exert
Hmm.
chance. Exert check for fidget spinner.
No rolls for Java today.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an exert check for Nero. Why not?
Yeah, I'm
With
just
strength.
wondering if like it takes damage and is destroyed, or if somebody
Hmm.
stops her first.
I would think it's probably making like the highest pitched whirring sound.
Yeah, it definitely it gets spinning fast enough that it's making a pretty loud noise. Um, she's kind of surprised by the fact that it is not, you know, that it's still like it can still handle that. You know, she would expect something like this. You know, she's thinking of like, you know, comparable size and everything. You know, something that she would have seen like this before. Well, it would be flying off its
Oh yeah.
off its axle or whatever, but long before this, or you know, and the way she's smacking it to keep it going, you know, probably would have broken a normal wheel by now, but
Would Kareem have looked over at this point?
thing can take a beating. I mean, he definitely was immediately distracted by the fact that it just appeared out of nowhere.
Mhm.
But aside from a bit of a stutter and several more glances over the next minute or so, he does regain his composure and uh, manage to focus on conversation with Saoirse. Let's see. Mm. So yeah, all the fast. Well, we'll say. Um,
That's a better one, Ethan. Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Yeah,
Java
did you
is.
send Jeff there earlier?
Oh, let's say. Meanwhile, Java is casing the lobby of the hotel, and definitely finds some interesting people, but nobody suspicious.
At least he stayed in the hotel.
he was paying enough attention not to go out the door, but that's about it. All right. Then yeah. Nafia will. Yeah. Well, I guess Kareem's phone will go off. And so will Cade's burner phone. Um. Each of them with a message, something to the effect of, um, "I'm here. I'll be up in just a minute." What was the room number?
Cade will text back. I'll meet you at the whatever, like, third floor elevator, and he'll head that direction to like escort her from the elevator.
Okay. Yeah, and you decided to put the Hello Neighbor outside, right? To keep tabs?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you would have seen her van pull up and park. And yeah, she'll head on in. And within a couple minutes there, I guess, was Java coming back up to the room once he was done doing the sweep?
I feel like he would have continued sweeping.
Okay. Um,
At least for a while after Nafia gets there, to make sure she wasn't tailed.
okay. Go ahead and give me another notice check with wisdom.
Where'd it go?
Okay, he does notice Nafia coming through the front door. And decides to continue checking the lobby and watching people's reactions, and also watch the door behind her as she goes up. Comes out of the on the third floor. Gives Kate a small smile. Reaches out to shake his hand. Says, "Cade, it's good to see you again."
It's good to see you again too. We were worried about you.
Yes, I'm so sorry about all that. Very poor timing. I would begin to wonder when you would be back. And
Let's just
if
say
ever,
it was a little difficult,
I can imagine.
but we do have more news to share. So, if you come this
Yes.
way,
Yes, I'm glad that you thought to have a private place arranged for us to meet. She follows him down the hall. I'm very eager to hear what all you've been up to since your she stops herself. Since our last conversation. Well, we can continue this in the room. And so she'll follow you on into the room. And she'll give Kareem a good smile and walk over to give him a hug. Just a very brief one.
What
And
what is Kareem's reaction?
he let's see. Hmm. Um
Poor Kareem.
he looks like he's he's definitely trying to put on a good face and act like everything's fine, but um, his body language is a little stiff. But she doesn't comment on it. And then she shakes everyone else's hands and let me think for a second. Yeah, Java's still in the lobby or whatever. Um,
I think by this point, Cade would have texted Java to say, "Hey, she's in the room, and we're ready to get started. You should probably come up."
That'd work.
okay. So then we've got. She looks around the room, finds a seat, and sits herself down. So and says, "Well, glad to see you all again in one piece."
How do you
And
know?
Saoirse asks, "Are you now?"
Yes.
Hmm.
Well,
uh, Nafir kind of gives her a quirk of the head and a quick blink. Um, yes, I'm glad to see that you all made it back in one piece. Last I knew, you were blowing up half the mountain and flying off under chase by the government ships. I could only imagine.
Nero smiles a bit.
Well, it is a comfort to have somebody happy to see in one piece. Aren't many
I should
on
hope
the
so.
planet, I guess we could say that of, at the moment.
You know, that's true. You've made quite a number of enemies. I suppose, have you gotten in touch with the tunnel snakes again, given them the news?
When she says the news, would Saoirse understand what she's referencing? Because I was having trouble understanding
She,
what exactly.
she could probably be just referring to generally the update on how it all went, since they had helped. Uh, what's the word? They'd helped kit you out for the demolition of that facility. Um,
Um, so I
Oh wait,
really did.
one
Go ahead.
second. Out of character, I just had this thought. Would Nafia have shaken everybody's hands? And if she shook Saoirse's, would Saoirse know if she was a real live human or if she was a construct or some other thing? Or would she have to
I
like
don't think
focus
she'd
on
be a
figuring that out?
um,
Well, they
what do you
make
mean?
lifelike human replicant type AI, or at least they did back pre-Scream.
Oh, you're saying if she would have recognized, like, just by feel, if Nafia
Yeah,
felt
she
different than a
has.
human?
Yeah, she has the ability to heal living beings. So would she be able to know shaking somebody's hand, like if they were fake, or would she have to like put effort into figuring it out?
I would say,
basically,
yeah, if you're talking like her bioscionic type stuff, she would need to be able to do her like her psychic sucker sort of thing. I
Gotcha.
think we've used that in the past to basically say like, it would, she wouldn't exactly be able to like do diagnostics on people that way, but she could just try to heal stuff and figure out that way if there were things that like if it just didn't work at all, for example, she would know, okay, this is not a person, an organic person. Uh, I actually don't think
Mm,
she even has the thing that lets you do biocynics on VIs and AIs and stuff.
yeah.
Right.
I just figured it was worth asking.
I was
Yeah,
wondering,
Sorry for the interruption.
that's fine.
sorry, it's along the same vein, could she use her meta psionics? They've talked about people have like an intrinsic psychic field or like metadimensional field. I know it's not exactly on brand since she's normally looking for psychic people who'd have a bigger one. But would she be able to try looking for that?
When you're talking about like looking for someone's like metadimensional brain signature or something.
Yeah, I guess that it sounds like they have an aura, and that's why you can't like telekinesis people and
Oh,
that kind
yeah,
of stuff. So is
that's an
that
interesting
enough that a
idea, but
trained Metascion could detect that and be like, "Oh, you're a person. You're not just a or a person-looking robot."
no, that's an interesting idea though. There's probably been some efforts by psychic academies somewhere to work out some sort of way to read that aura that everyone does have. But no, it's not something that
Is a known
Saoirse knows
practice.
how to. Yeah, not something that Saoirse knows how to do. It'd be purely in the realm of the theoretical, as far as you all know.
My last question about Saoirse's capabilities right now with Nafia having entered the room.
Hmm.
Uh, Psionic Echo and Metapsionics. Between the two, can I detect anything? Can I detect any kind of metapsionic echoes? Um, so psychic abilities that have been used on her in the past hour, or with my metapsionics, can I detect any kind of psychic activity being used by her currently?
Those would both be no's.
All right.
Saoirse definitely made sure to uh, take the time as soon as she saw Nafia to give her the look over to see if she was see if she was a psychic or if she had psychic abilities. Um, and obviously also looking for any active or echoing use of powers. And she doesn't find anything. Let's see. And I believe we had, yeah, say that yeah, pretty much would encompass the, let's see, yeah, about an hour. Yeah, so there's a little bit of gap there, but yeah, so
So,
no.
how much time has passed since we attempted our wellness check on Nafia at her domicile?
Uh, Somewhere in the ballpark of 2.5 hours since you left.
Hmm. So, Saoirse would want to ask Nafia where she had been, because how long has she been missing now?
Let's see, she had been missing for, let's see, um, about a, let's see, it's been about a week and a couple days. Sorry. Yeah,
All
a week
right.
and 2 days.
And Was Kareem concerned about this, or is this within the realm of normal for her?
No, it was definitely unusual, especially without any notice or like follow up.
So when she asks if we've told the tunnel snakes about our success, Saoirse would ask if it wasn't common knowledge that there had been an explosion on the side of the mountain.
Oh yes, I mean, it was pretty hard to cover up, but most people don't know the specifics. It was publicly announced as some sort of training exercise that got a little out of hand, but there was they couldn't completely cover up the fact that there had been some unusual activity going on.
Hmm. Okay. So, can anybody think of how they would want to start asking Nakia questions right now? Because part of me is just thinking of going straight for Nakia. How long have you been talking with aliens?
Nero's itching too.
I kind of feel like being direct is probably the best course of action. Just being like, so tell us about your friend.
Nero's already stepped in it all over the place tonight. If you guys want Nero to do the same again,
Nope. No, thank you. Nope.
okay.
Now you did say you had asked her where she had been, but then I think after I got answering how long she'd been gone, and then you asked a different question, and I
Yeah.
neglected to actually answer the other.
Yeah.
She would say, yeah, I think it's been uh known that there was an explosion, but uh the government covered up the truth of it. Um, Now they've been things have been getting bit more unsettled since then. I think people have been moving behind the scenes. Uh, that that sabotage got the attention of some seriously bad people. Um, I'd been I'd been in more touch more with the tunnel snakes than usual in the aftermath of that, and I'm sure you know by now that they'd stepped up their demonstrations, their little acts of uh, rebellion since then. Uh, and she looks apologetically toward Kareem, who you notice is kind of frowning at her over that. And yes, I know, I still don't entirely approve of their methods, but hard times make strange bedfellows, as they say.
Opening right there. Sorry, not in character.
Yeah, but for the past week and a half now, I've been taking up with some more personal business.
I've been under the bed with them for the past week and a half.
Demands and eyebrows, Jeff.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't resist the strange bedfellows comment. A little bit of a meta joke there. But no, she says, I had to make an unexpected trip out of town, family related, and she kind of pauses. It's sort of personal business that I don't enjoy talking about. I didn't realize until I was well on my way that I'd left my compad, so I apologize that I wasn't able to respond or let you know, Kareem, that I wouldn't be in.
Nafia, how do I put this? That's kind of a crap excuse. That's the sort of thing that you do when you're going out for a quick run to the grocery store.
Is Sersha confused look?
His brother Nick will then say, Afia, I think what Saoirse is trying to say is that we've put a good deal of trust in you. That, as you well know, there are many forces here. If they knew our current location or even who we are, we and many of our friends and loved ones would be in great danger.
Yes.
And that we haven't been able to update you on all our exploits, but you know enough that when few others would be willing to risk such an operation, we went into that facility and saved both Tabuk and Yarala from the horrible fallout that would have occurred should that facility and its plans have come to fruition. Great risk to our own lives. But say we have been mostly forthright with you, but must apologize, Nafia. We had a secret that I think we had initially kept from you, not out of a lack of trust, but out of respect for one of our comrades. But I think the time for keeping our secrets has come to an end. That
Well, I can understand that. I'm sure you understand that if anyone that I work with had any idea that I'd colluded with the tunnel snakes, my career and probably my life would be over. So, yes, I do understand that we've put considerable trust in each other. Don't see what that has to do with my supposed excuse for leaving my compad. If you're demanding to know more about the circumstances, I could tell you more if that would satisfy you.
Ben.
There, a little bit of a bite enters her tone as she builds off of what Saoirse had said to her.
Ben.
I think Cade
Hmm?
might take a look at both Saoirse and Brother Nick and kind of give Saoirse the eyebrow and tilt his data slab and pull up a picture of the what she'd mentioned about with the toy, where one side of the toy was like unaffected by the sunlight and the other side was affected by the
um,
sunlight.
oh,
Kind of offer to
So you said Cade's bringing that up?
like he brings it up on his data slab so that Saoirse can see it and Brother
Yeah, I
Nick can
guess,
see it and kind of raise an eyebrow like, do we
Hmm.
just
I think Brother Nick would try to, motion to not that it's open to work this angle. They no, not looking to make demands of you. Merely reminding all of us of the trust that we've put in each other. As you've stated, we are both very dependent on one another now with what we've done, with the steps we have taken to secure a more prosperous and moral future for the planet of Tabuk and for Urala. But as
Of
I
course.
said, we have a secret that we need to come clean on. That Nero has already shared with Kareem. Do you remember our crew member Tom that was with us the last time we met?
Yes, I do.
I must confess that he did not appear as he normally does. That Tom is hybrid Gikari, very similar to the 90 or so Gikari that we liberated from the facility when we took the
Uh,
Prudence.
Sorry, a hybrid what?
The aliens. I was hoping our my note we left that you might have had some time to go through that, but
Oh, did you leave
yes,
an? Did Brother Nick leave a note?
with the AI, he's dancing around the fact that
Oh, okay. I see. I see what he's getting at. Okay, got you.
but yes, the Gikari are a alien race, as of yet undetermined origin, that the Sons of Glory were using to make their Maltech bioweapons through all manner of unethical experimentation. Tom was one such alien. We knew he was an alien, although not quite how connected he was to that facility
He's
at
looking a
that
little.
time. That we had only recently met him, and he was at the time, and understandably, as he wasn't comfortable revealing himself and his true nature at the
I can
time.
see why. She's looking. Um, she's looking with some amazement at the pictures that Kate is showing. How did he? How did he appear human? Are these Jakari shapeshifters?
They do have psychic capabilities amongst their race. I guess he'll also kind of try to subtly look at Saoirse to see how forthcoming she wants to be. He's not going to out her about being psychic if she doesn't want to be.
Mm-hmm.
But
Saoirse's got her hand, she's leaning on one of her fists that she's got propped up under her chin. And she's really just been continuing staring at Nafia this entire time.
Mm,
Mm.
So her body language hasn't changed.
but yes, Tom was able to suitably disguise himself to appear human in those first days he was with us, and he has alternated between doing that in the interim. Although now, currently, he is with his people, working to help them settle into a new life of liberation and to try to reclaim their own heritage and way of life.
Hmm. That's interesting. Suppose that is better than being unleashed on Urala. Uh, and you chose not to just annihilate them? She gestures at the pictures. Um,
They're people, Nafia.
well, sorry, I suppose I'm not very well versed on various forms of alien life. It's looked fairly unfriendly to me.
They
And
think, they talk.
Uh, as soon as she says she's not well versed on various forms of alien life, Saoirse's eyebrows do something very strange, and it looks like a combination of a number of emotions have just come over her.
angry eyebrows.
Not angry. There's like I would say her face goes from "Are you kidding me?" to "Wait, does she not realize that we broke into her house?"
There is
to
a text for
"Oh,
Saoirse, by the way.
oh great. Okay, thank you."
Uh-huh.
My laptop keeps going to sleep, and
Hmm.
so then when I get a text, I
And it
don't
makes
know.
sense that Saoirse wouldn't see it right away.
Okay. Where would the text be in roll 20 or
Hmm.
Yeah, roll 20.
okay.
But yeah, I guess going off of that, after Kate had said that they're people, and trying to move past Saoirse's eye roll, that yeah, I know they're a fearsome aspect to them, but Cade said there are people, and people who have been sorely oppressed. They deserve the chance for freedom and to chart their own course in this world. I'm
Well then,
afraid I will go to my grave in sorrow that we could only save those 90 or many more from the facility that we couldn't get out in time.
hmm. Well, I suppose the tunnel snakes have much in common then. I can sympathize with that cause.
Are they aliens too?
What? The tunnel snakes? No, as far as I know, no. They're mostly Glitavan or Taiwanese.
Oh, other planets that Tabuk has taken.
Yes, I'm sure there are some Tabukan misfits amongst them, but for the most part, they're uh, people who, well, for lack of a better term, or have rebelled against Tabukan governance, and they have some suspicions about the true motives of Tabukan's the Tabukan government and their, well, of course, conspiracy theories abound. She didn't go into more detail yet, because I think that was about the time that Brother Nick started going into more detail about Tom with trust and all that. I'm noticing we're past our time just a bit.
Yeah.
Feel like
I'll
this
just
would be an okay place to pick up next time, but
I'll leave you with her. We'll say that it's mentioned that, yeah, basically you guys take her up on her sort of grudging offer to explain her time more. Um, and she'll say, if you really need to know, it was a family emergency with my children who stay with their father. And I was needed on short notice. They've recovered fine by now, but they live several hours away. And that's, I think, where we'll leave off, with that being her explanation for where she has been the last week and change.
Hmm.
your lips are moving. Your lips are moving.
Yeah, kind
Your
of.
What'd
lips
you
are
say?
moving, but they lie, lie, lie.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
I mean, part of me wants us to end on the cliffhanger of Cade just
Fair
spinning
share.
around the
Oh.
the data slab with the video clip of the alien pulling back the curtain, looking out of the back of her house, be like, "Yeah, family business." But
Do it.
Don't listen to Palpatine.
yeah, no, I'm not listening to Palpatine. We'll revisit this next session.
All right, we'll have to wait till next time to find out. All right, let's get some faves rattled off here, and let's see. This time it's Dex first.
Fantastic. I have them written down.
Oh, nice.
Java asking if Cade forgot their anniversary.
Oh my word.
That's number one.
Oh
Number
boy.
two is the awkward text subtext. The thoughtful pause before Cade's, and then the deleted message for Saoirse. Awkward text subtext.
Oh, I missed her deleted text.
On my screen, it's right at the top. It's right above Ben rolling a 4.
Ah, gotta know what she didn't send.
I guess the world will never know.
Mm.
All right, Ethan, what about your faves?
Oh, the hand holding offer, that's up there. Provoked
Oh
all
my
of them.
stars.
And then Java's pictograph shopping list.
That was a good touch. I liked that. Robert, what about you?
I think Java's role to notice the obvious when Mafia walks in. Like, we're totally expecting this person. She should not be able to walk in without him noticing, but because of the previous failure at alertness, having to roll to notice the obvious. I thought that was funny. And I think it's funny how literally everyone except Cade was scared of Saoirse when she went off.
The
Even
person
Nero
that
got
her anger
quiet.
was directed at.
Yep, Cade's just kind of like, eh. But Nero's like, literally everybody is scared. Java runs in with a gun. Kareem is just like silent as the grave. Yeah.
I mean, legitimately, it is the person that they've seen rip up tree trunks and like bring someone back from the dead multiple times. So
Yep.
I do feel like that is a fair reaction maybe to Saoirse losing her cool. Even though
Cade
none
has
of that's been really negatively directed at her crewmates.
right.
Yep.
That was pretty funny though. The stark contrast between his reaction and everyone else's.
Oh, well.
Let's see,
Whose
Avery.
turn?
I'm gonna go with the 20 credits.
Yes.
Forgot.
20 G's.
Yeah, it hadn't even occurred to me that he may interpret that as 20,000, so that made it even better.
uh, yeah, that whole scene was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think incorporating the homeless people again was a nice, fun little touch.
We are nothing if not inclusive of homeless people in our sessions.
They're some of our favorite followers.
mm. Let's see. So my favorite. I was a little bit torn. I think I'm gonna have to say it was let's see, I'm trying to think how to put it. It was when Nero said to Kareem like ask her if she wants to meet now. Just like I guess and maybe I could just more broadly encompass it as because there was that, and then it was her just like spilling the beans on Tom, and then belatedly realizing that she probably should not have. I don't know. I'll just say, narrow moving the plot along.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Yep.
And so that was fun.
Everyone else
Dan-
scrambling to catch up.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe moving it along at a sprint.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. My favorite. Trying to think. Might have been the number of times that I said, "Oh, narrow," but I am going to give it to Brother Nick and Java working with the homeless network with definitely homeless Nick.
Let's
That was
see.
really my favorite for the whole night.
Nice. Sorry, I blinked on the word you used for how he used the homeless network. Um,
I don't know what word I used.
oh no,
Sorry.
both of us memory hold a word. Um, uh, oh boy,
Coordinating.
coordinating the homeless network.
I don't know if there was any fancier word than just making use of the homeless network. I
Maybe
think it
not,
was
maybe.
it was Brother Nick and Java. That might be what you were.
Oh yeah, maybe so. Yeah, I did. I will say I did like Avery's use of the word homeless army
Oh
a couple of
yeah.
times. Um, yeah, sorry, I may have just been brain fogging the phrase that she used there. Um,
Oh, also, by the way, for the reason that she texted Cade specifically was because at the time she didn't think anyone else was up in the rooms. That's what
mm,
I thought, that Brother Nick and Java were still out talking with Homeless Network. Or sorry, that
yeah.
I thought Brother Nick and Java were still out, and then Nero was with Kareem. So I really thought that Cade was literally the only other person still in the hotel rooms. And
Mm.
so there's that. I know the shippers won't care about that, but that's okay. I'll at least exonerate Saoirse for myself.
It's okay. Next week they'll ship Cade with a rock. It'll be fine.
So true.
Or with the pilot again.
Yeah. All right.
Mm.
So if that captured everything, oh, who's doing the recap from this session for next time? Something I probably should have asked earlier.
Don't we have a list?
I mean, we could just put it on a rotation for everybody except Dex.
Yeah.
Who's still claiming to be special?
Hmm.
I can do it for this time if someone will proofread me once I put it up.
I
could
can
proofread you.
proofread you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd prefer to start from the beginning of the session, but I might have some memory holes.
It's okay. It'll be more Java-tastic.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh man. I'm so tired, y'all.
Yeah, I'll second that. Everybody take an
Yep.
XP, and we will call it a session. Thank you,
Ooh,
everybody.
that's level up.
Hey.
Hey, what do you know? Yeah,
Hey, Ethan, I've got 155. Do you have 155?
Yep.
Cool.
what level is that for you, Cade?
That should be 11.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Well then, yeah. So go ahead and be figuring out what you'll want to spend that XP on, but hold off until
Yeah.
it'll probably be an opportunity uh, after next session.
Do we accrue XP? Like, should I accrue XP for the week I was out?
Yes.
Oh,
So you would add, instead of 1, you'd add 2 XP.
and that is a ding for Java as well.
Hey, hey.
Ding 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 ding.
PKA-KO. All right. Yeah, so yeah, let's end the stream and call it a night.
Send it out.